Nice happy song.
We're back again in another acoustic video.
What's going on?
Although really we're here today not to talk about the guitars but to talk about this guy, which is a bit of an old classic now, but we thought we should give it some love.
Yes.
It may have been forgotten a little bit. It is the Fishman Loudbox Artist, the 600, the LBX-600. If you haven't already checked out our video on the LBX-500, please go and do that. Basically, we've got some deals on involving bags, covers, that kind of thing. Yeah. And yeah, we just thought it's time we give this guy a look in, because it is a go-to for us. If you ever come into our shop and demo anything in our acoustic room and you want to plug it in, chances are we're going to reach for one of the Fishman amps. So the idea is simple. We've got 3 guitars. We've got a Yamaha APX-600. We have a Faith Venus Trembesi Blood Moon and a Taylor 514, which are 3 fairly similar electroacoustic guitars, but at 3 very different price points. So the Yamaha is under £300, it's I think almost £200. Faith is about £800, and well, this guy is well over £2,000. So we're going to give you a listen, and hopefully your guitar is somewhere in the region of one of these 3 guitars.
Yes.
Yeah, so the 500 that we looked at in the other video is the simpler, smaller brother to this guy.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we're sporting a full complement of knobs, basically.
Yeah, you get a lot more versatility, should we say, out of this one. Not only is it louder, but you do get a lot more functionality. You have 2 channels on this particular one, which I believe both have combi jacks, so they can take a mic or XLR. So you can, use 2 mics, 2 guitars, 1 mic, 1 guitar, whatever you want with it, really. Both of those have 3-band EQ, so you've got your bass, treble, and middle. You've also got anti-feedback features on this, which is basically like a notch feedback. So if you've got a particular frequency which is causing you problems, you can kind of home in on it. And you also have a lot more in the way of effects. Would you mind, as you're closer to it, explaining what those are?
Yes, so yeah, like Mark said, every channel, the 2 channels are the same, which is different to the 500. On both channels you now have the option for running 2 effects at once. So you've got effect A, which is a choice of reverb 1, reverb 2, delay and echo. And then you have effect B, which is a choice of chorus 1, chorus 2, flanger and slap echo. Effect A has a little bit more control because you have a level control as well as a time control. So you can adjust the mix and you can adjust the decay time on your reverbs and delays. Effect B only has the option, you have a button to kick it in, and then you have a depth control. So you can select a flanger or a chorus and just control the depth of that, which is really cool. So dual channel, mimicked on both channels, so you can have 2 guitars, you could just have 2 vocals, or more typically, I guess, is going to be a vocal and a guitar. We didn't say, but this is, it's called the Loudbox 600, but it's not 600 watt, it's 120 watts. It's gone up to an 8-inch woofer.
Okay.
So the smaller one was a 6.5, this is an 8-inch with a 1-inch compression driver, a tweeter, sorry.
For the purposes of the video, I just want to add that we're using an SM57 to mic up, and we're also using a DI, which again, like in the first video of the Mini, we're going to flick between so you can hear the difference.
On that note as well, there's a whole mix of stuff happening on the back which wasn't there on the smaller one. So you've now got an effects loop per channel, and you've got the option for a DI output per channel as well as like an overall mixed DI. So say you're playing in a band or you turn up at an open mic and you use this, you can just use the mix DI to send one feed to the front of house. However, if you're in a band and you're using your own PA and you want to send your guitar channel and your vocal channel to separate channels on a mixer, you've got two outputs. So you can still use a bit of this for on-stage monitoring if you want, and then give front of house two individual channels to be mixed separately, which is great. So it's just altogether a slightly more pro approach. It's also got the option for a foot switch, and you can kick on all of the effects. Yeah,
there's a couple of little switcheroos in the far corner there. I guess is that what you were referring to?
Yes. You have a tweeter control, so you can choose, you can kind of dial in how much you're getting from that tweeter, which is going to be your sort of top end detail. You have a channel mute, so you can just mute it if you're popping things in and out and don't want to make a noise, you know, on your inputs. And you've also got phantom power. So if you are running a condenser mic, then you know you can do that.
Is that there?
That's just a pad. So you've got a pad on the input. Again, if you're using you know, an active acoustic and then a passive one, you can pad it for the active one to stop clipping the front end. Headphone output, auxiliary input, and you've got a separate auxiliary control. So if you're running backing tracks live, you can have control over that and do your mixing from the front there. So really feature packed.
Yeah,
for an acoustic amp. Absolutely going to cover everyone from just a bedroom player who wants an amp at home to full-on gigging, big venues who wants to DI out to front of house, have all the control themselves. Ideal if you're doing open mics and stuff like that, because you could pop this down, you've got control, and you can just say front of house, just flat, no effects, nothing. I'll do the rest from here.
Perfect. Well,
very cool.
Shall we hear what it sounds like?
Yes, let's start with the Yamaha. Start at the bottom and work up.
Do you fancy using the old mute switch?
Oh. There you go.
Lovely.
Okay, so Yamaha APX-600. Everybody knows one of these. EQ sat flat on the side, and we are set pretty much flat with just a hint of reverb and a little bit of echo as well. Hear them singing along at home. I might just turn some of the effects down a little bit. I had it a bit wet. Let's just notch that down.
So we're just going to do the same again, just some dry sort of sounding acoustic with this, and then I need some 90s chorus for the one of the riffs, which I'm sure Lee can
do that.
Organise for me.
Before we move on, I just want to see what the tweeter control does. So this is with the tweeter right up. That's really, I was just going from one extreme to the other there, and the best way I can describe that is old strings versus new strings.
Yeah.
It's sat with it right up, you get a lot of pick attack, or if you were picking, you'd get your sort of nails and that scratchy. You might get string noise, but then with it right down, it's subtle, but it just makes it sound mellow. I know we get a lot of customers who come in and say they deliberately leave their acoustic strings on for a long time to try and get that mellow sound, or you play phosphor bronze or something silk and steel. It just mellows it out. Very nice. Anyway, you wanted some 90s.
Yeah, some 90s grunge.
Okay, so what do you need?
I need some chorus and some reverb.
Okay, so we're
Can
going
be quite spacey.
reverb. Go reverb 1 and chorus. Let's go chorus 1 first. Here you go.
Sounds huge.
I just flicked over to reverb 2 and chorus 2. I don't know if you heard the chorus jump.
Yes.
Chorus 2 is definitely uber 80s wet chorus,
Yeah.
which is cool. It gives you a bit of a 12-string sound if you want to use that.
Yeah.
While we're on the effects,
Should we go through some others?
do that again, maybe with the flanger. Let's see what that's. I went through, there's a couple of delay echo settings, and on effect B there's a nice slap echo which is just always at one time, just gives you that real slap thing. Yeah, really nice, and all of that is foot switchable as well. I can't remember if I said that, but there is an optional foot switch for it, so if you do want to gig with it and use the effects, you can do it. You've basically got an acoustic pedal board at your feet, controlling what's already in the amp. So really nice. Shall we jump over to the Taylor?
Yes, certainly.
We take some of the effects off even further. I quite like that slap echo. If I just put a little bit of that on. Just a little bit, that's nice.
Sounds really cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
Sounds like almost like a tape sort of.
Yeah. Real nice lot of body to it, isn't there? Definitely sounds a bit bigger. We should say as well, we are on like a quarter volume.
Yeah.
And it's pretty loud in here. So you could easily go out and gig this thing.
Yeah, it's huge.
Just as it is.
We're now just going to go between the two outputs, the DI and the mic.
Sounds great. I play it all day.
So that should have given you a good demonstration about between the DI and the mic output, but overall it sounds fantastic.
Really good.
Yeah,
There we go.
amazing.
I don't think there's anything more to say. It's Fishman, you know it's good. Fishman and acoustics. Woo! It's getting late in the day, people.
Yeah, bedtime.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.